Hi guys, Kaza here. Welcome back. We're back with Destiny's Princess with Kotaro Fuma and his ending one, ending A. So we're gonna continue on with that. We last time, for those remember, because at the very end of chapter 8, they gave us a choice: is either I'm sorry, or what was the other? I'm sorry, or okay, I'll go with you. To either abandon everything I knew and love to be with him, or to stay, I guess. So we're gonna find out what Kotaro's response to "I'm sorry" was. Hopefully he stayed. I don't know. We shall see, shouldn't we? Let's go. I'm sorry. I couldn't comply with Kotaro's invitation to go on ahead. Kotaro's face softened to sadness right before my eyes. But come back to get me. I immediately hugged Kotaro. Princess? You can call me Kaze. You did a moment ago, didn't you? I put a lot of force in the hand I had around Kotaro's back. I wanted to tell him I really did want to go with him. Some of the citizens and vassals might have survived. I can't leave them like this. Not to mention, I was sure the neighboring countries wouldn't leave us alone. I was sure some of them might come and attack us. We lost most of our troops and wouldn't be able to put up a fight. But I'll go. Once this nation's fate has settled, I'll sure to go with you. Then I'll stay. I interrupted him with a kiss. That's no good. Why? I mean, you really want to see the outside world, right? I already know that. Kaze, he said that there were unknown lands beyond the river. The people in the castle had already forgotten Kotaro. His subordinates had as well. I was sure it'd be painful for him to be stuck here in that kind of situation. For the time being, you should see the outside world in my place. And if you find something pretty, come back and show me from time to time. Are you really okay with that? I nodded. That's for the best. For me as well. I feel like I'm separating. I don't like this. After a long silence, he shook his head with a sour face on. I can't do that. Why? They're probably going to arrange your marriage, right? That's the best way to bring peace. Now that you bring it up, you're right. I didn't even think about it. You need to think about those kind of things. Kotaro was perplexed. I won't have it. I can't leave you. It's dangerous and there's nothing else I can do. That's rude. I'm not that careless. I smiled and put my head on his chest. Until I can go with you, I won't go off with anybody else. He embraced me and whispered into my ear. Hey, what is it? Before I leave, can I make you mine, Kaze? Oh, okay. Hi. I blushed. Right now? Yeah. Are you against it? No, but it's so sudden. Kotaro was flustered and put his lips on my ear. I want to make sure your entire body remembers me, so no one steals you away. I'll come back for you no matter what. I'll even come to check up on you. But I want you to promise me before I go on my journey. Come on. Can't we? I don't like the last part, but okay. The rest of that was good too. Come on, can't we? It's like, I feel like you're bribing me now. Kotara's voice tickled my earlobe. He's so unfair. I reminded myself in my mind. His voice, his gaze, his usual childish behavior were all different. I felt like the strength in my hips was about to give out. Kaze. He called my name into my earlobe. There was nothing else I could do. Without thinking, I nodded, and his behavior changed as if he'd been tricking me. He smiled. We went to the forest, and Kotaro found a gentle slope and put his clothes on the soft grass. The trees hid us, and it was quiet. It was almost like we were in a cave. Sorry for choosing a place like this. No, this place is pretty. Beyond his shoulders, I could see the beautiful night sky between the trees. Oh, look at my blushy face. Sorry. The grass was damp with the evening dew, and the foliage was lit up from the faint moonlight. The castle wasn't too far away. In my eyes, you look prettier to me, Kaze. Stop staring at me like that. I twisted my body, and Kotaro smiled and hugged me. His skin was warm to the touch. You're the most beautiful treasure I've ever found, Kaze. I'll make sure to come back and carry you away with me. Okay, I'll be waiting. We exchanged a deep kiss. It'd probably take us some time before we could leave the castle, but I would have the memories from today. But that's why I was certain that I wouldn't continue waiting in agony. The sky turned white. I could hear small birds chirping in the clear morning sky. We embraced each other for a while and dozed off into sleep. Later, Kotaro woke me up. You need to dress yourself soon or someone's going to see you. Well, that would be a problem. It's a problem for me, too. It's better if I'm the only one who can see you like this. Jeez. We looked at each other for a brief moment. After that, we kissed. Make sure and come back to me. You don't have to tell me. I'll go and find some pretty things. Kotaro helped me put on my kimono and smiled. Once you get dressed, I'll take you close to the castle. I dressed myself and went to the castle. After one night, the anxiety in my chest ached. I wondered how many citizens and vassals had survived. If I was all alone, I wouldn't know how I could apologize to Kotaro. He accompanied me to the castle balls. My feet felt weak because of my anxiety. Kotaro held my shoulders out of sympathy. Kaze, are you okay? Kotaro, I was scared. The moment I lifted my head up to say that, I was surprised to see his face. Kotaro had disappeared, and in his place I heard a familiar voice. Princess! Oh! I rushed over to the handmaid and she held on to me. I didn't see you. I thought something had happened to you, and I'm sorry for worrying you. She wiped her tears with her sleeve, and I felt guilty from the bottom of my heart. Last night, I neglected my duties. No, it's fine. Seeing you safe is enough. I'm glad you're safe, too. Where's everyone else? They're over there. All the civilians are safe. Thank goodness. Such good news in our time of peril. But a castle like this, I thought would have been impossible. How did you escape? The handmaiden looked a little confused. It was strange, but the prince led us to safety. Huh? The castle had been surrounded by demons, and he brought us through a secret passage. The castle had fallen as soon as we gotten outside. The strange thing is the prince had already passed away. At that time, nobody had thought it was strange that the prince had let us out. I see. And where's that person now? He disappeared before I knew it. Everyone was sure that he returned to the heavens. The prince you referred to... The prince you referred to had most likely been Yukimura. However, everyone had forgotten about him, and Yukimura returned to his original world. I was sure that was what had happened. Oh, that's right. She clapped her hands together and put one hand in her sleeve. Just before we left the castle, I was able to retrieve this from your room. Oh, what is it? I thought you held this dear, so... Huh? Taemin frowned in confusion. Her hand was covered in ash as she brought something out. That's weird. It hadn't caught fire when it escaped the castle. What is that? She opened her hand, and in it were colorful gemstones covered in ash. Oh my, they're the pretty stones Kotaro had given me. The box burnt up, but the stones seemed to be fine. Thank you, I'm so happy. I took the small stones and looked up to a nearby tree. My eyes met Kotaro's as he watched me over from the shadows of the leaves. He suddenly smiled. With a nod, he disappeared. I was sure he was going beyond the river to some unknown land to find beautiful things. He carried his flute in his hands. Was he going to bring the dogs with him? Princess? I watched Kotaro as he disappeared, and the handmaiden looked at me curiously. No, it's nothing. I shook my hand and smiled with all my might. Well then, I have to pull myself together. There's so much to be done. Let's work together with everyone and do this. Yes. And so, when things calmed down in the castle, I would leave with Kotaro. We'd search for beautiful things beyond the unknown lands. Aww. Alright, now we're on to the epilogue. Now we are on to epilogue of ending 1. There we go. Or ending A, however you want to call it. Alright, it's beyond of the ground. Beyond of the ground. I don't... Of? Yeah. So, okay. Don't know what that means, but let's go. Let's find out what happened. Hopefully he came back for me. A few months after the castle and the demons had disappeared, I lived in a building that nearly burned down and worked to revive the country. Many things had happened during that time. First, the surrounding nations began to move. Some of them came to attack us as I predicted. It doesn't hurt or itch at all. I sipped my tea with a composed face. We don't have soldiers to fight a battle in the first place. Besides, even if they came to plunder or destroy us, there's nothing left. That's true. A hidden voice echoed from somewhere. But isn't it dangerous for a girl? There are a lot of beauties in this nation. Oh, you're good at flattery. Our leader is a princess, after all. You flatter me even more. I'm sure you say that to all the girls, don't you? No, of course not. Despite my looks, I've been faithful. I wonder. Don't doubt me. I'm telling the truth. So, what else happened? You'd beat me to it. We asked nations with good reputations and the shogunate for help. And before long, this country would vanish. I felt guilty and annoyed for having to surrender the things my ancestors had handed down to me. But it would make us sure it wasn't used for anything bad. I'd make sure of it. I picked up my teacup and let out a long sigh. People's heads were spinning when they were pushed into a corner. Does that mean you can come with me before too long? Kotaro suddenly appeared and smiled with his entire face. He then came closer to me. Hey, I told you over and over, but you can't come out. Before I could finish my sentence, I heard the handmaid's voice from outside. Princess, can I come in? Yes, come in. Kotaro quickly fell forward and hid himself. I was flustered and raised my voice. The handmaid entered and tilted her head in confusion. Is something the matter? You spoke in a strange tone. Not to mention, it sounded like you were talking. It's nothing. I was talking to myself. More importantly, what is it? Right. Would you like some more tea? Also, Masamitsu from the neighboring country sent over some jelly. I thought you might like it. Oh! I was about to say I wanted to eat it, but I felt something strange and stopped. You should eat that with everyone else. I'll be fine without it. Oh? But you love jelly. How come? I'll be in trouble if I put on some weight because of it. She shook her head again. You won't gain any weight from it. Well, I have to ready myself for the day. That's why you guys eat the sweets. Are you sure? If that's the case, I'll oblige. Uh-huh. She looked at the windowsill. There's a big spiral shell laying on top of it. Oh, what a pretty shell. Isn't it? If you put it to your ear, apparently you can hear the ocean. How charming. But how did you get this? It's a rarity as we don't have an ocean nearby. That's a secret. The handmaiden left, and in her place Kotaro appeared with a sour face on. I heard that. Masamitsu is the second son from a neighboring country and is courting you. I knew that's why you would come back. You also heard that I refused him, right? He hasn't given up, right? He's trying to attract your affections with sweets. Me and my sweet tooth. He's just a kind person. I wonder. And truth be told, I was hiding something from Kotaro. After I refused his proposal, I told him that I made an oath to my future husband. At any rate, I kept it a secret that I was going to throw away my title and abandon my country. I made preparations in secret. The day I would leave was close by. What? Why are you giggling? I'll tell you later, but more importantly, since you're here, let's fly in the sky tonight, one more time. I wonder what kind of sound the seashell would make if I put it to my ear while flying. Kotaro put his hand on his chin and made a serious face. Oh, that's fine, but if you're going to gain any more weight, it might not fly. How rude. I am not the least bit heavy. I wonder, maybe I could constantly eat the second son's sweets. I'll touch you later and make sure with my own two hands. He smiled as he said that. I slapped him as hard as I could on the back of his head. What? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. There's the chapter ending. I was a weird ending. But obviously we're going to leave with it. Alright, therein wraps up chapter 1 ending. Let me know what if you guys like this ending, and after you watch the second one, let me know which one you guys like. Which ending do you prefer? And I'll see you guys in the next chapter B ending. And I'll see you then. All right, bye guys. Kaze out. See you next time.